Alright guys, I don't make nearly enough computer videos because I'll be honest with you, I deal with computers all day long. The last thing I want to do is come home and work on more freaking computers. Which is why my video or my channel isn't really centered around, modern computer equipment. If I find something really odd, unique, or obsolete, I'll absolutely film it because that's cool, that's fun. All I ever deal with on a day-to-day basis is modern computing equipment. And this particular computer is, yes, it's quite modern, but it's cool. It's actually a real subnotebook. You don't see very many of those because they weren't that popular. This is a Dell Latitude, and the model is the PP03L. That's the basic chassis model. And this one is pretty battle worn. It was used extensively in its short lifetime. It was taken out of service back in 2005, possibly 2006. I'm not really sure which. But ultimately, it just sat in a closet for, God, I think I finally pulled it from the storage closet in about, I think it was this fall of 2013. I'm like, hey, I forgot we had this. So I took it out of the storage closet. I was going to throw it away because that's where it was headed, because it's no longer of any use to the organization. But thought, what the hell, my YouTube viewers would love to see this thing in action. So let's power it on. I think the battery's fully charged. I charged it up 2 months ago, and it sat on my kitchen table waiting to be filmed, and, well, here we go. Okay, battery is stone dead. Now I've got to go find a charger for it. I know I have one. Let's see if I can find it. It looks like it's the gabled roof style, so... Haha, got it. It's always the last place you look. Anyway, this machine also has the original external CD-ROM drive. But what's cool about this is you flip a little lock here and you can pop the drive out and replace it with a floppy drive, which I still have. In fact, there it is. This is the optional floppy drive module that slides right into here. No, it's not. I'll be damned. That's the wrong one. Well, oh well. So we have the optical drive. Now that's half the battle right there. Oh shit. I think I broke it. No, it's still good. Okay. Anywho, there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Is this... I have a feeling that... What the hell? It is broken. There's like metal stuck to it. No, it's not. My theory is that this cable can be plugged in directly to this external floppy drive. But my feeling is false. No, there's one that actually goes to it. But anyway, if you look at this cable, it's a mangled mess. Because there's supposed to be plastic buttons molded in, and they're busted off. Same with the other side. So somebody mistreated it at some point, and here's a little rant. I love to rant about things on my channel. I do that a lot, and sometimes I get a lot of flame emails for it. But why the hell did laptop manufacturers start painting their laptops? What the hell possessed them to do that? Because when you paint a laptop any color, and you mold it in a different color, what's the first thing that happens? It scratches. And then you see the underlying color, either white, gray, or black, the color of the plastic, show through. And this one here, it shows scratches like crazy. It's bad. The good news is, if I ever decided to restore this, and I probably won't, but if I did, I have an exact matching paint for this. Ironically enough, the color that I used for my Honda scooter's lower body panels is a dead ringer for this color. Check this out. Well, okay. Maybe not exact, but it's pretty damn close. So, hey, for what it's worth. Now let's cut to the chase. We're going to now power it up. We'll talk about the specifications and blabber on and on and on about whatever. That's what you came here for. That's what you're going to get. So this Dell Latitude was an ultimate traveler's notebook because it offered full feature capabilities in a compact case. It has a dead CMOS battery, typical. Seems like all of my machines have, now they finally have dead CMOS batteries. There's nothing I can do about that other than replace them. But yeah, one of the unfortunate things is a lot of those CMOS batteries were specialty batteries made for the manufacturer by major battery companies. All they really were a couple of 1.5 or 3 volt cells bounded together with a special connector on them, and that's it. But so those, a lot of times you have to make yourself by buying your own cells and tearing apart the old battery. Not something that a novice cannot figure out. But if you are a novice, you can make your own batteries. You just have to be very freaking careful, because otherwise you'll burn the cells up. And that's not what we're talking about. Let's get back to the subject. In another video, we can address making custom CMOS batteries for laptops that don't have availability for those batteries anymore. Although this one, I think, is just a coin cell. So what we have here is a Pentium 3 866 with 640 megabytes of... What? Yeah, 640 megabytes of RAM. For a second there, I'm thinking 640 kilobytes, like my old XTs were. No. I actually did upgrade this one. 640 megabytes. Now, this laptop was made around 2004, if my memory serves me. Anywhere from 2002 to 2004. I don't know an exact production date, but, we can figure it out. Let's take a look at this optical drive, right? Remember this trick I showed you guys? You can pretty much determine how old any computer is by looking at the hard drive or the optical drive. And in this case, we're going to look at the optical drive. And unfortunately, Dell did not list the information. Jerks. Oh, I didn't mention, this is a C400. It's not really listed anywhere on the case, but it is a C400. So we don't know how old it is. So a quick Google search would tell us. It's probably, I think I determined it was from 2004. It's not that old. I mean, it's probably one of the last Pentium 3s around. So what I was getting at, Pentium 3 processors, even though the Intel Pentium 4 came out in, Jesus, do I really not remember that either? The Pentium 4 came out in, I think it was 2002 or 2001. I know I was in like 9th or 10th grade then. The Pentium 3 continued into production well into like 2004 or 5. And they used the Pentium 3s mainly for compact laptops where power consumption and heat generation were an issue. The Pentium 3 was still a very powerful and very capable chip. even at 866 megahertz, but they actually made them even faster than that. You could get a 1 gigahertz Pentium 3. I know I've seen one or two of those in my years, and they were very popular for laptops like this one. And I know Sony actually created a VIO that was still Pentium 3 powered well into 2005. I remember looking at one at Circuit City. It was a compact, very cool little machine. Even had a built-in camera, and it ran a high-end Pentium 3 chip. When the Pentium 4 mobile came out, the Pentium 4M, and of course I can't recall the specific dates, but when that came out, the Pentium 3 obviously fell away from the gold standard. And I'm not going to get into the specs of the two chips, like the cache and all that, but I know that played into played a lot into the power consumption issues of the chip. Like more cache, of course, it would consume more power, but or it would cost more to make. But anyway, if you're looking for a low-end budget, I wouldn't say low-end, but a budget grade compact laptop back in the day, you would have walked out with a Pentium 3 mobile, unless you had the money to shell out for Pentium 4. So what else? I know I put a bigger hard drive in this. See, I actually filmed this video. Originally had planned on doing this several months ago. I just never got to finishing it, so we're doing it over again. But in that video, I rebuilt this machine from a Windows XP installer package, and I loaded all the drivers onto it, and that was pretty much as far as I went with it. I think I determined that this one does not have a built-in wireless card, but it has a bigger hard drive than it shipped with. I put a 60 gig in. It came with I believe it was a 20 gig. So it had like a 20 gig drive in it. I put in a 60 because I had one lying around. Yeah, this doesn't have a wireless adapter built in. I believe it was only optional on this model. Remember, 2004, wireless was still a luxury, if you can imagine. Yeah, it doesn't have one. It has a 3COM 905C compatible. It's actually a 3C920. The 905Bs were a very popular adapter for desktop and mobile use. I've had hundreds of them in the past. At one point, I think I had a crate full of them, 905Bs. They were like the go-to network card because they were easy to support. The drivers were readily available, built into Windows, and they were reliable as hell. It was just a simple 10100 card, but the 905Bs were kick-ass. No wireless. I do have a wireless adapter I can pop into it. If I could ever find a use for this machine, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Condition-wise, it's not bad, but it's not collector grade, let's put it that way. I'm just glad I have the CD-ROM drive. So, really that's all I have to show you on this laptop. So I'm not going to put it on the web or anything like that. Windows XP sucks. I think I had planned on putting Linux on this one, but I couldn't find a modern release that would support it. It's just so damn old. Stepping aside from this for a second, I actually had I still have it, but I'm giving it away, a Sony VIO that I was using for, using it as an iTunes music player, and for a while actually. It has a high capacity extended run battery, and it's a little bit smaller than this. Here, let's go. Okay, so I've changed my mind. Well, here's the VIO that I have. I was going to give this to my cousin, who's about 10 years old. I gave him an Arduino for Christmas because I think he's smart enough to figure it out. He's a brilliant kid. So I gave him the Arduino that I bought myself and never used. What a jerk. No, but seriously, I have to give him a laptop to to control this Arduino microcontroller, and I was going to give him my VIO. But now that I have this Latitude, I got to thinking, because he's not going online with it, I'm going to actually download the project files for him, because my uncle wants to keep him away from the internet for a little while, because he wants him to, grow up to be a normal kid first and mature before he goes online. So I'm going to show my uncle how to download the files, put them on a thumb drive, and put them on this. Originally, I was going to give him my prized VIO. I love this VIO. This laptop has actually been very useful to me. Even though I own a very nice MacBook Pro, I've been using the VIO as a knockaround laptop for 2 years. And it has an awesome battery. I haven't turned this on since November. And I swear to God, it will turn on. Watch. I am a lying sack of... Okay. The battery died on me and discharged on its own. But this is a very nice machine. And I wanted to put Linux on this. So I downloaded... I think I tried Mint. And it would not install. It would not meet the requirements. This is a Pentium 4 1.5? Pentium 4 Mobile M 1.5, I think. And it wasn't powerful enough. And it only has half a gig of RAM. I can't upgrade it because I can't find the modules to upgrade it. It uses, these specialized Sony modules. And you can't get them anywhere. And when you do find them, they're expensive. They're like $50. Not worth it to me. It's a cool laptop, but it's just not worth it. But anyway, this is the one I was going to give my cousin. But this is... Alright, so let's compare the two side by side. This is truly a sub-notebook. For those of you who don't know what a sub-notebook is, and the term is relatively obsolete, now they call them netbooks. But the sub-notebooks didn't have floppy drives, they didn't have optical drives, they were called single spindle machines. They had a hard drive, that was it. And they were very small, very lightweight, very portable, and usually had very good battery life. They were designed for travelers, and the sub-notebook genre began, as early as like the late 80s. It's nothing new. The concept is nothing new. A good example of an early sub-notebook would be the Toshiba T1000. It had flash memory. It had flash memory. There was no hard drive. So flash memory is not a new idea. It had I think there was a term that it was either NAND or something anyway. But it was considered flash memory. It had no hard drive. It had I want to say they had like 1 megabyte of internal storage, and that was enough for most people, believe it or not. But that was like the world's first sub-notebook, true sub-notebook. And IBM was known for making them some of the lower end or more portable versions of ThinkPad throughout the 90s. A couple of companies are doing it. But the sub-notebook genre made way for the netbook genre. And most often, sub-notebooks had docking stations either included in the price or they were available. And in this case, we have an external drive dock, which can also be used for a battery, if I'm not mistaken. So, pretty cool little device. Now, the VIO is not a sub-notebook. The VIO has an optical drive and a hard drive. And the optical drive is right in the front. There it is. It's actually a DVD drive. And so it's a fully featured laptop, but in a compact case. And you'll notice that they're almost the same size. The main difference being the Dell is just a hair thinner. Now, this does have the extended run battery, which gives it a bit of a prop rod there. About the same size. The VIO is only about a year newer, and includes a Pentium 4 processor. It's a Pentium 4 mobile. It's about, call it an inch wider. That's it. Dimension-wise, that's all it is. Just an inch wider. So, now that you've seen a subnotebook and its big brother, the full-featured laptop, in an age where the floppy drive was no longer necessary, so it doesn't have a floppy drive. You couldn't fit one anyway if you tried. But anyway. So, there we go. The Dell C400 Latitude. Available at eBay near you. I'm not selling this one, but you can certainly find one. They're easy to find. They're out there. I believe there's quite a few out there left. It's unfortunate, though, that I can't put more memory in my VIO, which is the one I'm keeping. I'm going to give my cousin this one. He's only using it for Arduino, just to transfer programs until he becomes, skilled enough to write his own stuff. That's what he's going to use. So, well, I'm going to enjoy this beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon, or noon, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't ride my bike because it's snowing. Well, not snowing, it's snowy. There's snow everywhere. I can't get it out of the house. It's just not possible. And look, the skiers are out there skiing in the sunshine. Let's see if we can zoom in on them. Watch them fall over. God damn, it's bright. I know they're out there. I saw some. There we go. Hello, Mr. Skier. Oh no. Ooh. That hurts. Oh man. Hope he didn't break anything. Poor guy. Or girl. Who knows? This guy's gonna come to his rescue or mow him over. Oh, look at that. At least he didn't kick the snow in his face. And he's gonna go down. He's gonna go down. Come on, go down. Crash. He's pretty good. Cruising. Any more? How's our little guy? Oh, there he goes. He's on a snowboard. Alright. Yeah, I don't have the balls to ski. I just don't. I gotta give these guys credit. Because I don't ski. Because I'm afraid to. I'm going to break something. But yeah, this is why I built it. I'm like a self-contained contradiction, because I'll drive this on the highway at 75, 80 miles an hour. But I won't ski. No. You'll never see me skiing. Good morning, guys. Anyway. That concludes our video. Which should have concluded 5 to 10 minutes ago. But,